Slaptail Squad, assemble.
Greetings, Slaptail Nation. It is me, myself, the Beaveman, master of the known universe, leader and ruler of the Slaptail Nation, and grand commander of the Slaptail Squad. I'm here in the Beaver Den. I'm rolling it, slapping it, moving it around, oiling it up. You know, that's a stroking it out. And with me is my number one, the Ronz.
Hey.
Oh my.
Fucking it up already.
Fucking it up already. Who else would I be introducing like that? Anyway, also this evening is the beautiful, delicious, delightful Swan.
Say hello, Swan. Hello, Swan.
Which is what you do the majority of our life together. I was going to say hello, Swan. I gave a dramatic pause, and much like the, what is it we're calling you now? Much like the Ron Tard that you are. No, just kidding. You hopped right in there.
Whoa. Boy, you're just full of it today.
You're right. I'm not going to use that term. I'm going to reboot an old term that I coined before, and I think it's fitting. Don't be a doctor. All right. Also, it's the ever stylish, very eloquent to a point where he takes such a long pause that many times I have to go back and edit the podcast. Tromondae.
Say hello, Tremondae.
Say something, Tromondae.
I was taking my long pause.
Oh, see, now I got to go back and freaking edit. I've got some good news there, Slaptail Squad members.
What's your good news?
The good news is I have been let out of my shitty contracts, and I will not be going back to that shitty job ever again. Where's the applause?
Oh. Well, I guess that's okay. Why have you been let go?
You didn't hear what I said. I've been let out of my shitty contract.
Basically, that's let go. Why?
Well, no, see, you could say it's let go, but I've been asking for months now to be let out of my shitty contract because I hate that fucking job. And they wouldn't let me out of my shitty contract, but now they have.
So he's liberated, free.
I'm now free. I am free. And to the victor goes the sports. You can see my cup.
What will you be doing with your free time then?
Getting another job, but just not at a shitty place with shitty
butt
employers.
job? What kind of butt job do you think you should get?
Why do you always go towards butts, Ron? Do you have a butt fetish?
You're the one that says he's doing that.
I didn't say anything about a butt.
I beg to differ, but okay, it's your call.
Tromondae, do you recall her saying anything about a butt?
Did everybody freeze up on me?
No, that's just the way you look. Before we go,
Once again, I'm using my phone as a hotspot.
That's okay. We'll just treat you like we normally do. So, Tromondae, we haven't really talked to you much since the election, of which I won.
That you did.
I did win. How do you
Not
think things are
until
going?
January 20th.
Shut the fuck up, Ronz. Shut the fuck up, Ronz. You're living in denial. Talking about the election, though, we have
That's
not
in Egypt.
What are you sticking in your fucking ear? Are you fucking cleaning your ear while we're doing this podcast? You sick motherfucker! What's next? Are you gonna fucking floss your fucking teeth?
Cut your toenails.
Were you using a bobby pin?
What the fuck?
Well, yeah, exactly. What were you putting in your ear anyway? That's completely not
My
a
finger.
No, it was not.
Whatever.
It was an object.
That's what she said.
No, I There you go, Tremondae. You made it happen. I'm sorry, I had an inner ear itch. That was my mistake for doing it and letting you guys catch me.
Okay, look, motherfucker, you non-medical fuck. Did your mother never tell you not to put anything in your fucking ear smaller than your elbow?
He's thinking about
Yeah,
that one.
no.
Right?
No.
No.
All right.
Try to put your
All
elbow.
right. So I had an itch. I scratched it inappropriately, according to you.
You know how many dumb motherfuckers.
So that means that you found something right in it because it was wrong according to the Beaveman.
That's what she said.
This is what that motherfucker did, Slaptail Nation. The fucking Ron stuck a sharp object in his fucking ear. We're doing this on Skype so we can see him. He stuck a sharp object in his fucking ear. Let me tell you something, squad members, nation of my great army. You don't put sharp objects in your fucking ear canal.
Or
It
up your
was
nose.
just an itch. It
Yeah,
just
what were you
scratched an
scratching it
itch.
with? That's nasty.
All right.
And dangerous. You could puncture your eardrum. You could rip something up inside there. It could get stuck in there, and then you got to go to the freaking urgent care to get it out and look like a dumbass.
That's what she said.
Exactly, Tromondae.
I feel like Tromondae's been
on
drinking.
that one.
I feel like Tromondae's been drinking.
I have.
So there we go.
And
Back to what I
Tromondae, what's
said.
your
You don't
drink of
put shit in your
preference?
fucking. You don't put shit in your fucking ear, Ron. Zuh.
Nice cover, Beaveman.
Exactly. Anyway, as I was about to have a civilized conversation with Tromondae,
By all
I wanted
means,
to get
go ahead.
I wanted to get his input, but yet as I did, you shoved something in your fucking ear and distracted me.
All right. I won't.
I have
I
not
won't
had a chance
scratch
to speak
anything
with
else.
Tromondae since the actual election. Tromondae, how do you think things are going? It is November 15th. Incidentally, it is the first day of firearm season here in Michigan. And did I get to hunt? No, I was at fucking work. But I digress. Tromondae, how do you think things have gone with the election so far? The
I
real
think-
one.
I think that they have gone honestly how we expected them to go, and I think that because we expected it, we're kind of just ranting and raving about it. I do believe that things are going to happen as they should. I think they're just going to happen very quietly, as opposed to previous years when it was more publicly known as to how the transition and everything was being done. So,
A very political answer, Tromondae.
thank you.
Did the candidate? No, you don't have to answer that. I know the answer to that.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
You know what I like? I don't know if you guys have cable or if you watch the cable news networks or if you listen to satellite radio. You know what I've been liking so far?
What?
Is the news organizations are no longer dancing around the idiotic things that Trump says. They're out now, right now, blatantly calling him a liar and saying how ridiculous he is and saying how he's just going to be some quackpot on Twitter in the next 2 months once he's out of the office. I mean, literally, they're calling him a liar on news networks now, which I find just hilarious. Before, they just used to dance around it. Now they're out and out calling him a liar.
So, with that said, as I do, I'm thinking that the
I can't
media
hear
that
you.
so
I can't
much
hear you.
love him
You
is
must have
turning on
something in your
him.
mouth. You shouldn't want to put his foot in it.
That's what she said. So I was thinking that
I'm not gonna be afraid of Tremonti.
political-
Right? Just play along with it. And just let Tremonti do it. You don't have to do it. Why do you always have to jump on the bandwagon? You don't see the rest of us putting sharp objects in our ears after what you did, do you?
I was going for an itch. You're absolutely right. But I was going to say, do you think the political media that supported him is now abandoning him?
There was one news network, basically, that was Fox News. And now he's mad at them. Unless you count all the other crazy fucks on the radio that I happened to hear the other day that I was laughing about. And by the way, this is the disclaimer from the Slaptail Squad. If you don't like what the Beaveman is saying about the President Trump, well then, Swan.
Go fuck yourselves.
Hey, that's my lovely lady there, the Swan.
Yeah, so I think that there are, I think with him being in office, it kind of allowed people an opportunity to really show their true stance.
How are you
Stop
doing, Ron?
picking your nose,
What
Ron.
are you doing now? Like, jeez, oh, what the fuck, man? He just fucking had his fucking fist up his fucking nose.
Ron, turn your camera off.
Jesus.
Yeah, we don't
Fuck,
need to
man.
see that. Now he's plucking his nose hairs and shit.
Gosh, Tromondae, you were saying. Sorry.
Because
I
they
did
had
that on
somebody,
purpose to see if Beaveman was actually paying attention.
because they had somebody in power to kind of stand behind them, that it has just allowed their voices a platform to be heard. And now that platform is kind of be taken away, I wonder if many of them are going to go in hiding
I hope so.
because they've kind of exposed themselves in a way. And I think once he's out of office, things are going to die down rather quickly, and people are going to, as I said, I think a great number of people are going to go in hiding and not want to face the world again.
Speaking of exposing themselves, that just reminds me of the Ronz at the public library. Anyway,
Jesus.
What happened there?
Anyway, thank you.
anyway, you
What
know what
Well,
I find interesting?
The bookshelf of
I'll go into
Ian
detail.
F.
What I find
So,
interesting. Shut the fuck up, Ron.
what do
I'm
you-
not telling you what I find interesting. He's frozen. Great. This is a good
here
time
for a
for me to
second.
tell you-
There is going to be somewhat of a delay because of my connection here.
Shitty
So
technology.
what you're saying, thank you, Swan. I'm not always going to be on time with you, so I will try to respond as quickly as possible or interject as possible, but it may not come out like that.
Nobody was speaking to you, though.
It doesn't matter. It's what I can say. So anyway, continue. Anyway,
Hold your train, Chatty Cathy. What I was about to say. What I find is that the whole human rights movement, again, the Black Lives Matter, or whatever, what have you. Why is that died down? I mean, for one thing, it's not that I have a problem. I have a problem with everybody protesting and spreading coronavirus. Not that I want them to go do that again. But why do the American people get so bored of things when the injustices have never gone away? Whether it's race, whether it's the fact we don't have good health care, whether it's the fact that our children are all doctards, whether it's the fact that there doesn't seem to be a fair wage, or any other problem, like, I don't know, climate change, global warming. Why is it that the American people get so bored of something right away? It's not that things get better. They're going to be doing the same thing again in 10 years or 15 years or 5 years. Why don't we just stick with shit until things get better? Maybe it's a rhetorical question. I don't know.
Maybe it's just not trendy anymore.
Apparently, it's trendy for
Well-
my people to be referred to as brown, though, because now that is the thing. We are now brown. What can brown do for you?
Well, I feel like that's with
Well-
everything.
Shut
Everything
up.
is,
yeah, sure.
you know, everything is on the news for 48 hours, and then, you know, the next person to talk about, you know, has everyone's attention. And I agree. I completely understand. That is a very good question. Why does it die down when there's so much put behind it? And like you said, nothing changes.
And why don't people get fired up about real shit? Let's get fired up about a fucking mask instead of let's get fired up about real shit. That's what I don't understand.
So what do you mean by
Okay,
fired
whatever.
up
But this is
by-
not.
by
Let
mask?
me just also say this. Go ahead, Rod. Please.
I just did.
We want to hear your. Please.
What gets you so fired up about the mask?
What gets you so fired up about it? What?
Yeah.
Why do people insist that they should not have to wear one? It's their right to not have to wear one. Why are people so uptight and pissed off about having to wear a mask? What is that mask doing to you? Like, how is that infringing upon your rights? By having to wear a mask, by being asked to wear a mask to protect yourself and others. Why do people choose to rant and rave and get so butthurt about that? That's what we're saying.
Why? That's what I'm saying. Pick a better argument.
Yeah,
How's this
but-
for a better argument? Why is it that people on tethers can go work at a nursing home and take care of your grandmother? Why don't you give enough incentive to people to let their parents live at home with them? Why don't you pay child care workers more money? Why don't you pay teachers more money? Why don't you get fired up about something like that instead of something like wearing a mask to protect mankind? Not saying not women, I'm saying mankind as in humans.
Good question.
I mean, okay, so
Very good question.
me and the Beaveman are healthcare workers. We're used to wearing a mask. It doesn't bother me at all. What does it? You what?
I'm also a black belt.
Uh-huh. So is Ronz.
Yeah, I am.
But does it bother you, Tromondae? Does it bother you to wear a mask?
It doesn't. Not at all.
Ronz, does it bother you to wear a mask?
No, not at all. I was in the military for 8 years, and we had to wear a gas mask.
Not with
I
any
should-
frequency.
For 8 years,
whatsoever,
you had to wear a gas
motherfucker.
mask?
Yeah.
Okay, let me
You should
ask you
probably
this
take it out and wear it again.
question, gumdrop button. First of all, we can't see you, so I guess you're doing something nasty to your body. He turned off his camera. He's like, I'm not letting them see me shove this thumb up my ass. How often did you, and your new nickname is Gumdrop Button, how often did you have to wear your gas?
Bite me. About, honestly, I couldn't tell you. I would say once every 2 months or so, if that.
And
For like
how-
a training drill, like let's put it on, like our life jackets.
No.
Let's get out the little rubber lifeboats.
For NATO, no. Excuse me. For NATO war games or for war games we were playing on. Right, so we would actually wear it. So it was one of those things where we would actually have to break it out and keep it on our side and wear it while we did our duties.
He said duty.
Okay, but let me ask you this question. Since you have to bring up the gas mask, I'm going to make you feel stupid.
It's easy.
Did you ever have to wear full mop 4 and dig a foxhole in the desert in 115-degree weather and wear that for 8 hours?
Are you talking about the booties, the chem gear, the mask?
See, if
and
you
the
don't even
gloves?
know what full mop 4 is,
No,
you know what that is, then you
because
do it very often.
because every military branch has a different way of
The answer
saying
is he
something,
didn't.
but it all means the
answer
same
is-
thing.
okay, I had to wear that shit all the fuck. I would not make that as a comparison for someone who had to do it.
I don't know. I just think wearing a mask, it doesn't bother me at all. I actually like it now that it's cold. All year while I ran in the winter, I wore my ninja mask, ski mask, face covering, or a shield over my face and nose, or mouth and nose while I ran. It doesn't bother me at all. I actually like it.
And it has
Speaking
put,
of ninjas, did you know that Ron is a black belt?
I do know that Ron is a black belt.
and I think it has allowed
Thank
us to
you.
put some attention on like the food service industry. I'm like, they never wore masks before, and it's like clearly they probably should. They're handling our food, and so it's like just as the doctors are working, I believe that we have now brought other occupations to attention where wearing a mask is probably a healthier thing to do in some more occupations than what we use
I
them for.
think that's a good point. Maybe they should wear masks with our food to take care of food and gloves. Yep.
Oh, now he's in the Matrix. All right, well, I didn't want to be too serious. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm out of the shithole. And I also wanted to let you know that my tech savvy number one, let me ask you this question, Ronz, as the administrator of our website. Why are you not responding to people who are putting posts on our blogs on the website?
He's having technical issues right now, so clearly.
I'm thinking that I thought I had a link to my phone where if someone posts something.
Again,
but
technical
apparently
issues.
No,
Very
I'm
tech
just probably
savvy.
making excuses, so it sounds like I'm smart, but I'm not.
He has no excuse. Nope.
Well, okay. Well, and just moving on, I guess Ronz has nothing to say about the website, so I don't have to yell at him because I wanted to have an excuse, but he's not yelling. I did want to mention, and also ask this question, Tromondae.
I'm dead in the water again.
Tromondae, you don't use social media,
Correct.
so you have not had the benefit of seeing the little videos that Swan and I have been posting in competition with each other to get some donors for the boot campaign.
That is correct. I have not.
So we are part of Team Jeff Gum, the founder of
By the way, big shout out to Katharina.
Shut the fuck
Shut the
up,
fuck
Ron.
up.
We're clearly
No,
talking and
no,
you're
no,
interrupting
no.
for no reason.
No. That was one of the big donors that the Beaveman got.
Yeah,
What do you
let's
think
fucking
I'm
talk
doing
about
right
it
now?
first, dumb fuck. Like, seriously.
This shit. I really hate it with my internet down using my.
Didn't you just let me explain it first before you had to interrupt me to say that? Well, I don't understand that. Why? What was your motivation? What's your motivation, Ronz?
He just wanted to talk. He wanted to hear his voice. He hadn't talked for a while, so he
Can't
figured.
keep with you two.
Okay, well, anyway, I was saying, Tromondae. So we are part of. We're trying to raise money for the boot campaign. It's Lace Up and Get Fit, and our team. We're part of Team Jeff Gum, who's the founder of Simple Life. Here I go. He's just chomping at the bit over there, and so we're raising money. And the Swans and I are deadlocked, but we've got some donors out there, and I would like to mention some of the donors that were nice enough to donate to the Beaveman. He's still chomping at
So
the bit.
here's where you could have said, like our listener, but no, he's silent now.
I want him to hop in, and he's going to go. Big shout out to.
He can't do it. Can't do
The
it.
Beaveman. A big shout out to the Beaveman for doing this.
He's so special. Poor
Big
Ron.
shout out to Katharina Claus for her large donation to the boot campaign. Thank you very much, Katharina. I'd also like to shout out to Skylar Beavers for his donation. My good buddy Andrew Dixon, he played tenor sax with me in the band. That's right, the Beatman was not even cool enough to be a band geek. He fit in nowhere, just like he does now. But thank you, Andrew. Thank you very much. And also shout out to Carrie from Scars and Stripes Coffee. She also donated. So check out Carrie's Scars and Stripes Coffee and get some merch from her. Also check out Single Life, get some silkies. And Jeff Gum, founder of entrepreneur of Single Life, with your silkies. Send them to Tromondae and the Ronz, although we don't really want to see Ronz's legs, but so they can sport some silky.
Wait a minute, my legs are awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm just going to say thank you to all my donors because they're awesome and we're clearly kicking the Beefman's ass right now.
Yeah,
We're by over like $100.
I'd like to know why the Ronz keeps saying that he likes the videos but has yet to donate to my campaign. Ronz, why is that? Tromondae has an excuse because he's not on social media, so he hasn't seen it. But now, Tromondae, that you should be donating to the Beaveman.
Okay.
I'll send you both links. You can choose which side you're on.
Keeping in mind, I'm the veteran, so you should be donating to my side.
But I'm winning. So if you want to join the winning side, to mine.
Ronz, what's your excuse?
Bad internet connection.
I'm not employed. Yeah, bad internet connection. I'm not employed at this time.
And so you can't support veterans. Is that correct? Is that what you're saying?
Even though you are a veteran.
Oh, I love how you twist that around.
I know.
Trump has really trained
Wow,
you
Ron.
well for speaking.
You couldn't donate $5 to my campaign. Is that what you're saying? You can donate a whopping $5.
Don't get that special latte that you get from Starbucks and you.
Well, the dojo's closed for 3 weeks, so you don't have to pay for that. You could just donate to my. Because that is a organization you're donating to, so you could just donate to me instead.
Yeah, there you go. It's tax deductible as well.
Yeah, and the dojo is not. The dojo is not tax deductible. So there you go.
Anyway.
So now you know.
Moving on.
Moving
All right.
Did you know
Go
the
ahead,
Swan
go ahead.
invented the color blue?
I did. Stop trying to take it away from me.
I'm not. I'm
Anyways,
just giving
stop.
you credit for it.
Shut up, Ronz. Tromondae, you got any random thoughts, ideas, words of wisdom for our Slaptail?
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Why is it your Slaptail Nation, Swan?
R. It's R.
How is that our? No.
What did I say?
No, it's
I
my.
said the. No.
No,
I'm
it's my
part of
Slaptail.
Slaptail
You are part of the
Nation.
Slaptail Squad and Nation, but it is not your Slaptail Nation. It's
didn't
my.
say it. Hey, half of it is
Our.
mine.
It's not. Half of it is yours.
It is when we get divorced. Half is
You
mine.
have no ownership of the Slaptail Nation. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Go ahead, Tromondae. Impart some. Hit us with some knowledge.
We need some wisdom over here.
Ooh, some wisdom?
Or just something random.
Something random.
Yes.
Why is it that clothes don't shrink in areas that you would like them to shrink, but they shrink in areas that you would not like them to shrink that are flattering?
Didn't you
why-
ask us this question before?
He did, but he wasn't part of that podcast. It was when he sent us a list of his questions, and we talked about it.
Okay.
Without,
This was, it was a funny conversation.
like, why do we
So-
want my armholes to be too small?
But not
Yeah.
not too small, but like why shrink down in the wrists or at the ankles a little bit, where things are now more tapered instead of like shrinking across your midsection. I never had a midsection before, so it was never of concern.
Well, that might be the problem. Just like I've said that for years. The dryer shrinks my clothes. Well, it is true. I agree with you, Tromondae. I agree with you.
Man.
However, it's probably what I'm putting in my mouth.
Let me
That
say
is-
this. It is not true.
That's what she said.
Your clothes don't fucking shrink. Yours. How is it that yours?
do shrink.
How is it that you're the only one in the whole household whose clothes shrink,
I
but
know.
nobody else's
It
does?
happens. I'm
No,
telling you,
no,
it
it's not
happens.
true. No,
And
it
you
doesn't.
all have like some very high-tech dryers.
Shout out to Scars and Carrie Scars and Stripes Coffee for donating to the Beaveman.
Oh my God, we've already been there.
It's like he has Alzheimer's. It's like he has Alzheimer's.
He's buffering.
Ronz is still working with AOL.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Tromondae. Where is it that you want to shrink it? Where do you want it to shrink other than like the wrists and ankles? And why do you need it so tapered at the ankles? This isn't 1990.
He likes skinny jeans.
He said
I
ankles.
also don't want like boot cut jeans that look like I'm wearing bell bottoms.
They're coming back.
Are they?
Yes, they are. Yeah, wide leg pants and bell bottoms. They're back.
I'm okay with the bell bottoms coming back as long as you don't ever get the jeans that are really tall, Swan, because I like it at the hips. I really wish they'd have still the ones at the really low hips again. You remember those? Those were nice.
Yeah, where you bent over and your crack was out.
Oh yeah, big fan. Big fan. You know, Ronz,
All right.
I would like to let you know this a little bit about me. I can say this with all honesty, that before the Swan was my girlfriend, I was a boob man. But after she became my girlfriend, I am an ass and will be one till the day I die. I wasted years of my life being a man. I don't know why.
I agree.
That's better.
I've always liked ass. When I was in high school,
Yeah, Tromondae. Tromondae. That was so awesome. I couldn't have not planned that. Wow.
perfect.
Back pause.
Wow.
Tromondae.
Okay,
So,
tell us, Monday. Go ahead.
so I remember when I was in high school, girls with big butts, it just started to become a thing where they started to like show them off more. And so I think what was the rapper name that made like the apple bottoms?
Oh, apple bottom jeans.
Yeah. And there was
Yeah.
like a show where like girls were just like auditioning their butts. And it became like a thing.
Oh yeah, I know. I've always wanted just to go to Brazil and just see that. Oh, some Latin ass.
Where they wear their thong bikinis openly and publicly.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So would you go? Would you
I
go
should
to something
ask,
like
how
New
big
Beach?
is too big for an ass?
So now Ron's.
What did you say?
Now Ron's like, shout out to Single Life.
Yeah. How big is no? I'm actually trying to follow
How
and keep my
big is
programs
too
on
big of an ass?
slow down. But how big is too big?
Well, there's different definitions of ass. Like, you don't want no cottage cheese, cellulite, like, ugh. No, not Tromondae's face. I mean, how big is too big? You want it, you can't have too much ass that's just shoved in there looking like a chewed bubblegum nastiness. I mean, you want it to be voluptuous and round, right? I mean, I don't know.
But then I would also think, like, from a man perspective, like, you will want something that you would be able to get into. If there's a lot of space between you and her, if you don't got a lot of
True.
stuff to, close that space, then you might be out of luck.
You might have to bend over a little farther.
How do you show off that supple ass?
Oh boy. Oh boy. You're just gonna start.
Ron's connection is so bad that
I just used my butt plug.
Ron's connection is so bad that you're just hearing like this little broken up words of
He's like,
supple ass. What? What's going on over there? I don't know. You know what really bothers me is I think that the listening audience knows that the Beaveman is a huge fan of porn. I'm sure you know that, Tromondae.
I didn't know that.
Oh no? Oh, okay. Well, yes, the Beaveman is a huge fan of porn. These have been some of the happiest years of my life. Back in the day, if you were lucky enough and you caught just a phased out, staticky cable channel, you might see half a boob, and then it wasn't so prevalent on the internet. You'd have to pay a lot of money. Anyway, of course, my children, I'm sure, listen to this podcast. Not. Yes, there's no shame in being a fan of porn. I also like Make Love Not Porn. Great site. Thank you guys for doing that. But just general porn. Here's what I don't like is that for some reason, when you go to look at your favorite porn, for some reason they still just, no matter what search term you put in, when you pull it up, it still has this thing where there's all these people out there that seem to love this, the stepdad or stepdaughter or stepdad porn or, all this stuff. And it's really ridiculous.
So what is your favorite gay porn site then?
So what I was saying is the search terms, no matter how you change your search terms, it keeps popping up. There has to be a way for you to initially open that page. You're not going to have it because what I want to see is stuff that, no matter what search term I put in, that's the stuff that still pops up and it's really obnoxious. Like if I want to see Latin, I want to see that. If I want to see women pretending to be demons and witches, I'd like to see that. Why isn't that popping up automatically instead of this other garbage? It's very upsetting.
You're not saving your browser history. You're not saving your browser
I'm pretty
history
sure
on
that Siri knows everything and she's going to look up whatever porn she wants to.
Well, she's looking at what the most
Yeah,
common
but
trend
Siri's not
Yeah, and probably the
to
most
his
people
laptop.
Yeah, but most people probably do look up that kind of porn, which is disgusting. Why would you think that is?
Well, they're not. It's not real for one thing.
I'm aware it's not real.
Oh no!
Fantasy that's a gross fantasy. Like who even thinks that that's normal or something they should be searching?
Yes, I agree with that. That's what I'm saying is it's not real though. But I'm just saying is it's going by what is the most popular thing. No matter how many times you look up something else, like it never pulls up what I want to see. Like I want to see, women pretending to be aliens coming here to have sex, stuff like that. That's what I want to see.
Well, maybe that's what not normal.
Shut up,
public
Swan. So what I'm saying is that's really annoying. And to your point, Ronz, I do everything in private browsing mode, and the Apple computers have so much shit built in already. What it's doing is it's pulling up the most populated thing that the whole world is looking at. So it's looking at that. I would like it to. That's what I
would. And be afraid.
We heard that cough.
That's all we heard.
All we heard was a cough.
Sorry.
It's all
What were
right.
you gonna say, Tremonde?
So is it the porn that bothers you, or the fact that it is not of your interest that bothers you?
Yes, I'm upset that it is not of my interest. I want what I'm interested to pop up.
So he doesn't have to search so hard for it. Just
Okay,
it should
so
automatically browse to what he wants to see.
do you have like a membership?
Well, no. Why would I do that? It's all
Okay.
free now.
So then maybe once you have like memberships, then like it eliminates certain things such as that. Like you don't have to watch ads and things like that because you have upgraded your service. If you want free porn, then you just gotta
You're gonna get whatever.
I gotta search for it. Then I gotta search for it. Yeah, I just don't understand why it's not coming up with what I want.
So-
If I want to see a woman spit roasted by two guys, why do I have to search so hard for it?
So what you want for Christmas
Keyword.
is a subscription so that you can have your own porn playlist.
Oh, see, what you don't understand, Swan, is there are so many options. So which one would you get the subscription to? See, that's the thing. You could get a subscription and be like, oh, this isn't really, it's not the categories that I want. So then you're like, shit.
Well, are
There's
you
so
on
many-
are you on like a popular porn site?
Of course.
So then it should be okay.
I just don't want to search. I don't know what is going on. What is
Ronz is doing some
Ronz,
dumb
what are you
shit. He's
playing
like
with?
sharing
What
his
are you playing
screen
with?
and fucking around.
He's like playing games while we're on here. Okay.
I think if
He's
you don't
probably
want to search,
searching porn. I bet you $10 that's what he's doing. We're gonna see porn in a minute. Like very slow with the little circle that goes around in the middle because he's on dial-up.
of midgets.
Midget tossing porn. Anyway.
I think if you don't want to search for it, the next best thing is to get aliens in your bedroom.
I would agree. I would agree.
Buy a green onesie suit.
It's silver.
You know,
It's metallic. What is Ron doing?
I don't know. You know what? You know what bothers
He's
me?
There we
looking at
go.
porn.
I
know
am
what,
not looking up porn. I'm actually listening to the conversation because of the delay I have in audio, which I find interesting is because that one, to answer your question, if you look up Project Prism, it's a really weird thing to do because they know everything that you look up. Top of that, if you want to, you can save your browser settings and that'll save it. It'll go right to your browser every time what you want.
But that
Oh.
would defeat the purpose of the privacy.
That's up to you. What do you want private? Do you want to stay in the closet or do you want to?
Oh, Ronz.
Well, Ron, people have the choice of being in the closet as long as they want, and when they want to come out, it is their choice to do so.
I
Yes,
totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. All
So
right.
speaking of things that bother me along those same lines of what Tromondae was talking about, why is it that so many male toddlers have six packs and yet I've never had one my whole life, and not even did I have one when I was a toddler? It doesn't seem fair to me. You know, and people who squander their genetics, Tremondae and Swan, it's just not fair to the rest of us like me who cannot obtain a six pack.
I
You
still
can
don't have.
buy one down at the local store.
You could have one easily, Tremondae. I know you could.
I know. I really think I need to change my diet.
Yeah, you probably need to stop drinking so much. That would be number one. It has a lot of calories.
I know, but I don't drink that much.
Wait a minute. Here comes that addict excuse. Go ahead.
But
no.
I don't drink that much.
Oh no, I have my fair share. But
That's what she said.
Oh,
Oh, Tremondae missed that. He missed it.
that was good. You see how you did that, Ron? You see, like actually fit into.
Yeah, he said.
that's what she said.
I saw this lamp the other day, and then Ron says, "That's what she said." Yeah, it doesn't really fit. That's what she said.
So, Beaveman, question: a minute ago you had up your hood. Are you more conscious about that now, wearing your hood up like in a public place, than what you were before? Now that you have been put into this label of brown people.
I don't know. Do my people wear hoods? Do they always put hoods over their heads? I don't know. I like wearing my hood. That's the thing. Me.
I just like my ears covered.
I don't think she was asking.
I was just telling you why I like wearing a hood.
I was trying to get some insight. Hey, you know what? Let me explain something to the listening audience. For those of you who don't know this, I was raised in a primarily. I wish I would have been raised by wolves.
By wolves. By wolves.
White paw. And the rest of me would have been black because I would just. But the paw would have. So I'd be a white. Anyway. White paw.
Yeah.
Brown bottom. I don't really know much about my actual heritage, which is disturbing. So, unfortunately, I have never fit in anywhere, so I always feel like I don't fit in. I can't fit in with my cousins that are all browner than me because they always tell me how white I am, and I don't fit with white people, hence being raised in a freaking redneck school where I was considered a minority, like the only one. So I never get to fit in. I have no idea what culture is like. If I feel like I dress too white, that bothers me. And I don't even know how to dress any other way. So if my hood's up, I don't even know if that is part of my ethnicity or not. I just like my hood. I don't know. You'd have to tell me. You're browner than. Oh, sorry. You're black. I didn't want you to label brown.
No. And I wish we would just refer to it as brown and not black.
I know, because brown's pretty fucking sweet. I prefer bronze. Although I'm losing my bronzeness and I'm not happy about it.
It'll come back. But it's like you're in public, like wearing your hood up is like an easy way to get targeted or associated with being in a gang of some sort. And after like the Trayvon Martin shooting, it's like hoods up are in some aspects like part of a protest, but it's also like something that you cautiously try not to do when you are in public out of for your safety. However, you see somebody walking down the street and like the Swan said, you want to keep your ears warm, you put your hood on, but you have to now give thought to, do I want to be safe or do I want to be warm? You have to actually give thought to that. And not saying that every time you put your hood on, something negative is going to happen to you, but it is a thought.
That's interesting because I did not know that because, I don't go anywhere, first of all. But as soon as it gets cold out, you usually see me in hoodies, and my hood is usually up. In the house, I'll wear my hood up. I honestly just like the way the black hood looks on me.
It look good on you.
Thank you. I think so. Hence why I call myself the Black Hood. I really just honestly do it because I feel like it makes me look like a Sith. But
Tromondae doesn't know what that is.
Tromondae, you don't know what that is.
No. Something from Star Wars, I'm sure, though.
Yes, very good. You get some points for that.
Very good. Very good.
And they were like long hoods as well. They're long.
Good job. Yes.
And they move very slowly. I know that.
Well, we move pretty quickly. They move pretty quickly.
I have a question. It's random. No, I don't know. It might not be good. But if you were going to get married, so let's pretend you're women. And you were going to get married and your last name would change your name to something terrible. Would you take that last name? Think if you were named Jenna and you were going to marry a guy last name of Tools. And then your name would be Jenna Tools. Would you take that name? I would think really hard. For real. What? Shut up. You're thinking hard? Tromondae. That's what she said.
Oh, Tromondae.
God, Tromondae, you're falling behind.
She couldn't have fed it to you any easier than that.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because I was really focused in on what she was
He
saying.
was really into that question. He was like, tools.
Really
you say.
hard, Tromondae.
Tools, you say. Tools.
So, but yeah, for real, would you take that last? I mean, or what kind of parents name their kid Bend Over or like Mike Hunt
think it's
or
funny.
all those?
They think
They're
it's
not
funny.
funny. That's not nice. Those kids are getting teased, man.
I know.
Only
let
if
me
you
say this.
if you
Let me
buy
say
into
this.
the crap. Only if you buy into it. I mean, if you buy into everything that
Words of wisdom from Ronz. Moving on. I would like to say, let me say this. Jenna has a hot name.
Not when her last name is Tools.
I didn't say that. I just said Jenna is a
Uh-huh.
hot name.
What about Jenna is hot to you?
I don't know. I like Jenna and I like Gemma. I like that one even more than Jenna.
Gemma?
Gemma.
Have you met someone named Gemma?
No, but the one of the actors on Agents of Shield. That's her name. That's not her real name, but that's her name on the show. She's not super hot, but I like the name.
The name like Gemma, it sounds like it has like an African descent to it. Gemma.
I have no idea. I don't know. It sounds hot to me though. Like I think that actually one of the nicknames that I was trying to get the Swan to adapt to was something like what was it Gemma Heavenly Body or something like that. I pick these names. I pick these names that I would like.
Gemma Heavenly Body.
Yeah.
That sounds like a porn name.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Go back to what we were talking about earlier. Put your mind in the gutter.
Why is it that my mind has to be into the gutter like that? That's not fair. I don't think that's nice.
That's what she said.
That doesn't even fit.
Oh,
But
God.
whatever. That doesn't even fit, Tromondae.
It doesn't.
That's what she said. Oh, Tromondae, you're failing. You're like trying to tell me how many times you're going to say it, and I've been giving in to you.
I'm going to say that I would not take that name.
I wouldn't take that name either. Yeah, no. Anyway.
But what if this was like
I would.
I would. Oh, shiz.
Oh no.
Oh, he was responding to a different question. We were
He
asking,
probably was.
would you put a flashlight in your ass? He missed that
I was
part.
like, oh, I would.
And then you just turn it on and open your mouth and you can light up a room.
Mm.
That's how anatomy works.
Did you say a flashlight or a fleshlight?
I said
Both.
flashlight, but Ronz has lots of flash.
Yeah.
Why do you have a flashlight?
No. I do not.
So do you remember
I
what
do
you were going to
not,
say before
unfortunately.
that, Tromondae?
But what if it was like
A
Prince?
flashlight.
Like Prince?
Like from like Prince Harry, like you're marrying into royalty.
I mean,
So like if the royal family's last name was Tools and your first name was Jenna,
Yeah.
I believe, now hold on, correct me if I'm wrong here, or historians that listen, and let me remind everyone that we are all idiots. I believe that you can actually change your name when you become royalty anyway. So in other words, you could adapt.
Royalty. You can't do that.
The fuck did you just say, Ronz?
No.
You don't know what you just said?
No, royalty, they change your name for you.
That's what I just fucking said. So your name you wouldn't necessarily keep your first name.
Oh, okay. So your first name will change as well. Got you.
So yes, as royalty, might change. Not, I don't think it's a requirement, Ron, that they change your name, but they might.
They'll add on to your name, but they won't change your first name. Unless you're
but they could.
Pope, they change your name. They could.
Anyway. Having answered that question, I don't know. I say I wouldn't do it.
so anyway, and does anybody else have any other random?
You don't have to do. You don't have
Okay,
to.
well, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
what do
This
you
is not
guys
how a
think
conversation
of?
works. You don't have to say that.
Let Ronz go. He's got good connection
What
for
do
a
you-
minute. He's standing in the bathroom. Oh, I gave you a chance, Ronz. Fucking it
Yeah,
up.
what do you think of the legalization of hard drugs out in Oregon? That's kind of. I'm
What do we
freaked
think of
out
the
by that.
legalization of what out in
Of
Oregon?
hard drugs. Like they've made it legal for you to have like heroin and whatever, like a small dose of whatever.
Yep.
Crack, yes. Whatever.
So basically, they're doing the same thing that they do in some foreign countries. Is what you're saying?
I think so. I didn't read all the details, but you can have like a dose or something. You can't for yourself for personal use, and it's not gonna. You won't be charged for it. I don't know
Well, you know why they do that.
why.
So they can try to regulate it safely, is what they try to do. So in other words, so that people don't have dirty needles, or they take a dose that can be a safe dose without risking overdose. So you would have to see what the data and statistics are from countries that have actually done it and see if they have less accidental deaths and less accidental overdoses. And if they do, then I guess whatever.
Mhm. I think we should read our chat box.
No, I don't think so. Ronz is
No,
boring me.
because, well, not only that, is most of the time, I don't know if you've ever read anything that the Ronz posts, most of the time he has a lot of grammatical errors. Sentence
does
structure is
punctuations.
quite bad also.
Do you all use punctuations when you're typing a text?
I do.
Thank you.
Do
Beaveman,
you,
Sometimes.
do you think
Sometimes.
they should make iPhones for babies?
Because I do.
I do.
I haven't seen that commercial. It bothers me that people don't use punctuations in text.
Bothers you how much? So much so that you would want to punch someone?
No, doesn't it make you want to red line through it and text it back correctly?
Yes. Like, hey, use proper English, people.
Yeah.
Sorry,
When
already
you
bet
say
that.
when you say people, what do you mean by that?
People like the Ronz. Everything that the Ronz put in the chat box, nothing has a punctuation.
My grandma said the same thing. Do you mean your grandma? Oh, Ronz.
I feel like the pandemic's never going to be over with. And I find that very disappointing because I enjoy doing the podcast with Ronz in person. I really do. When he has a bad connection, it sucks. But it also sucks because he just never seems to shut up, Ronz. He never seems to understand how his computer works, despite the fact that he uses a computer all the time. I just find that hilarious.
So, for the sake of the podcast, what if we quarantined the Ronz and the Beaveman for like 2 weeks? Then we could get them together in one room. That might work.
The Ronz doesn't know how to quarantine. He's always going out and doing shit.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You know, if he hears a siren, he's got to go talk to the police to see if they need anything. He's got to put his black belt on first.
Button all of his buttons.
And all his buttons. He's like, "Excuse me there, officer. It's the Ronz here. Do you
Could you
see
park-
the siren? Is there anything I can do? I'm a black belt, by the way."
Could you record in the garage?
Of course, yeah, I could record in the garage. Ugh,
Oh, Ronz.
gumdrop buttons. Little gumdrop buttons, as I like to refer to them as.
Listen, the storm took out my internet. It really did, unfortunately. And I am tech savvy. We all know that. The unfortunate part is I'm just having a run of bad luck on
That's
tech
what she said.
right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. Right.
That's what she didn't say to you.
Yeah. You know what? And this is interesting because honestly, I have a lot to say and I would love to come through. And
Well,
I mean,
we can hear you
this
now.
is
So
what-
go ahead.
yeah. Now you can up until something happens.
Oh,
That was
As
convenient.
far as
oh darn.
Oh, we
I feel
lost
like-
them again.
Ron, I feel like when you are saying things that actually make sense, you always come through perfectly. And you notice like we're not interrupting you. But then the moment you start to say off the wall shit, it's like you're mic starts to mess up. Internet
It's
starts
like
to
it knows.
It's censored.
It's like his own knows his idiocy. It's like, oh man, he's gonna fuck this up. Let's just blank him out. Hey, did I tell you this story, Tromondae? Did I tell you this story? We were in the airport. I can't remember where we were going. It might have been when we were. It might have been when we went to California, and we were at a Starbucks, and so the Starbucks lady says, you know how they put like your name on cups and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So the Starbucks lady says, name of your cup, and I said, Cuppy.
He said what?
Cuppy.
And she just looked at me, and I'm like, what? You said name of your cup, and I'm like, Cuppy. So she wrote Cuppy on my cup.
Do you still have that cup?
No, I throw it away because Starbucks coffee's kind of shit. But people from Seattle know this because they have good coffee there. Most of them, I'm assuming, do not drink at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Marketing, people, marketing. Something that Ron still doesn't.
There you go.
Nor has he done for the podcast. Oh, here's some.
With all the stuff that's been going on in the world, do you think that the transition of power could go any more haywire?
You know what? I'm going to say that there are plans. There are things that they could do, but I think it's going to get squashed because you would actually have to get somewhere in the court system, and they are clearly not. So when they sit there and say, oh, we're going to take it to the Supreme Court, you can't just jump over everybody else to take something to the Supreme Court. You hear what I'm screaming?
I don't know, but I'm going to take it from something randomly, even differently, because I was at the store, the grocery store, and I had a Ron moment. Like, it was like Ron was at the store with me. The Ronz was there, but he wasn't. He was in lady form.
So you went and told somebody you were a black belt?
No, it happened to me. Like, it was the lady form of Ronz. I was at the grocery store by the milk area, and I reached down to grab an almond milk or flax milk or whatever I was going to get. And this lady comes between my cart and the door that I had opened to get the milk in my personal space to begin with. And I'm like, okay, that bothers me to begin with. But she says to me, she goes,
wait a minute.
shut
I
up,
never
Ron!
did
You
anybody's
didn't
personal
even
space.
fucking let me tell this. She said, you got lactose? And I was like, what? She said, you got lactose. And I said, excuse me? I said, no, I just don't like regular milk. So then she reaches over me, grabs an almond milk and hands it towards me. And she's like, this is the best one. It's vanilla almond milk. This is the best one. And I said, I'm good with what I got. I just like this one. I said, okay, have a good day. I shut the thing, walked away. She followed me towards where the butter and the other stuff was, and then reached in front of me again. But
So when
anyway,
you look, so you did like Swan, and you could just see her ranting and raving, but you couldn't hear anything.
Right. So you cut out right after you said she followed you by the butter, and she reached over you.
she followed me. She reached through again and was getting like biscuits or something like that, and started to tell me all about her biscuits. I'm like, dude, lady, you're in my personal space. I'm not even kidding. Like, get out of my. I wouldn't even let her be in my personal space when there wasn't a fucking pandemic. Like, she's way in my bubble. I'm like, excuse me, can you step back? Like, hence the reason we're wearing masks and trying to be like social distancing. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but get out of my fucking personal space. Like, for real. And I was just like, oh my God, this lady's so like Ronz. But anyway.
Whoa. I am not like that. I
just figured her randomly jumping up and asking me all about
but
my
I don't get into
lactose
personal space.
You probably would if you could. But just why did she feel the need to conversate with me?
Anything like that.
I don't know. I don't think I give off the impression of please talk to me, but apparently I do.
Beaveman, you look pretty badass right now.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Well, that's what she said.
Thank you. No, you actually do give a vibe off for people to talk to you.
I do?
I do not. Yeah, people talk to you all the time. You always come home and be like, this lady talked to me. And I'm like, nobody ever fucking talks to me. You obviously do give off that vibe. You're always telling me this person came up randomly and started speaking to me. Yeah, so clearly you give off that vibe.
Apparently I do. I have another one. I had a lady who stopped me at the gas station to tell me all about her colonoscopy. I didn't even know her. I was not even in scrubs. This lady just told me all about her colonoscopy at the gas station.
But she might have known you.
No, I was not. I was in Grand Rapids. Like, I didn't know her at all.
I think because you walk on your
She might have
tippy toes.
known you, though.
It's because I walk on my tippy toes.
And,
She didn't know
and
me.
it's
The Ronz, be quiet.
because the Beaveman is an ass man, and you've turned everybody into an ass person.
You're retarded, Ronz. Shut up.
I am
Tremondae speak. Let Tremondae
We don't
speak.
use that term. He's doctarded.
Doctarded. I'm sorry.
So because you walk on your tippy toes, you kind of like bounce a little bit. So maybe people have like this perception like you have this bubbly personality.
Like Tigger. I'm like, doo, doo, doo.
Yeah.
Hold on, just 1 second. Just 1 second.
Yes.
That means Tromondae knows how you walk.
Tremondae's checking out my ass.
He's checking out the goods. Because that is an observation. That is an astute observation, Tromondae.
You
I've
don't.
known Tremondae for like 15 years. Of course, he's seen me walk.
I have.
Yeah.
Looks good. She still, though, you know what really bothers me about how the Swan walks, though, Tromondae?
What?
She doesn't understand how to sexy walk. Although I've tried to show her for years. She swings her arm this completely ridiculous way that doesn't make her walk look sexy. So I can...
So Beaveman, how did she woo you?
What
How
the
did she get
fuck?
how did she get your attention?
I'm sitting here talking about how she fucking walks, Ronz, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like a fucking chatty
Ninja.
ball.
I really want to go back. I want to go back and watch. Like, if we just take the audio out, how many times all the three of us just like shook our heads at the same time? We would know exactly when Ron just butted in with something random.
Yeah, she swings her arms so bizarrely that it's just not sexy. You just have to focus on her ass. But she doesn't understand how to sexy walk. The way she swings her arms is just complete. I can't even do it. It's so fucking silly. Like, you really need to watch watch somebody walk sexy to learn how to do it, because what she's working with is really pristine, but she ruins it. Their fucking walk.
Can you like put your hands in your pocket or something?
I'll try. I'll put my Q-tips in my ears, like Ron.
Like, I was trying to get her to walk. I did this years ago, where I was trying to get her to walk slow, and I'm like, okay, so this is, if you just would try this, just put one foot in front of the other slightly.
Hey.
And then not swing your arms like a fucking fucking French foreign legionnaire. That would be fucking sexy. She doesn't get it. Not only does she not get it, this is what I love about the Swan. I don't love it. I think she gets fucking personally pissed off when you tell her how hot she is. She takes that as a personal affront. She gets pissed about it.
Why
Like,
is that?
To me, the Swan is like this. She's like my favorite playground. But I don't usually get to go on the swing. Yes, it's sad.
It's sad.
So you're just walking by and kicking rocks into the puddle. You don't even have the energy to skip rocks across the puddle because
I have to do that. Usually I have to go sit on a teeter-totter by myself.
How fun is that?
It depends. It depends how much momentum I can get going.
That's what she said.
Time one day.
Hey, Buster Swan, the Beaveman, placing your foot in front of the other, that's how female models are trained to walk. It helps to create a natural swaying of the hips.
Okay, are you gonna give me lessons, Tremondae?
The Beaveman been teaching you.
Yeah. I think that was some black speak coming out. The Beaveman been teaching you.
That's
Tremondae,
racist.
it is racist.
Why are you being racist?
I see the Beaveman in this hoodie. It's like It's my brother over there.
Yeah. But you can see where my frustration might lie, though. You know what that's like to have a playground that you don't get to play on? How sad that is?
Insert random statement here.
Insert random statement here.
Go ahead, then.
Oh.
What's your random statement?
So I was going to say, it's like, what drew you to trying to teach her how to walk sexy?
I believe I explained that already. I said that she swings her arms.
Yeah,
Fucking weird.
I know you say that, but why
No,
do you
why
want to
do you
change
say
her?
I say that? You
You
say
say, I say, they say.
Ron, do you not find walks to be sexy?
Yeah, I guess I do. I mean, in a certain way.
I mean, it's yes or no, Ron. So you don't have to say. I mean, I guess. I mean, I never really thought about it.
Never paid attention.
Well, I haven't. I mean, I really haven't. If unless you're running towards something or away from something, I usually, when I watch people walk,
Women
I
run
usually
away from
size
you a
them up
lot?
or down. Yeah,
I think
a
women
lot.
run from him a lot. Yeah.
A lot.
So what was your point there, Ron? Because I already explained why I was concerned about why I was commenting on her walk.
Who doesn't want to watch
Why
my
would you
ass?
try to? Okay, there we
Oh,
go.
Ronz.
There you go. You're right. You're absolutely right.
He doesn't know what we were talking about, but he's going to go with that we were right. Thank you, Ronz. It's always good to have you. It's always good to have you in our corner. Never come out of that corner. No, really, don't come out of that corner.
Stay in your corner, Ronz.
Stay in your corner.
I don't know. I'm just really happy that I don't have a no chin. That was another random thought I had. Do you know what I'm talking about? A no
Yeah.
chin.
Remember where the chin goes from chin right to their neck?
Yeah,
Right to
where
their
your
chest?
face just goes down towards your neck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Tromondae?
Yes.
It's not good. I Googled it. It's called a weak chin, or referred to as a receding chin. It's where your lower jawbone is pushed backwards or underdeveloped. The result is a jawline that looks as though it leans towards the neck. A weak chin is less pronounced and defined, and in some cases makes your face look unbalanced. I feel sorry for those people, especially now. Where do you put your mask? Like, it doesn't even, like, it just, like, hangs there.
That is a random thought.
It was random.
Have you seen this is the solution to that. Have you seen the masks that are basically bandanas? So
Yeah.
you got the mask that goes over your nose, but then it hangs down like a bandana. They're actually manufactured that way, so they can use those.
So maybe. I
Or
don't know.
it hangs down like a bandana beard.
And then I had to Google it because I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a man with that, or not as many.
Yes, there are.
Yes, I have. But listen.
Very
So I
common.
Googled it.
That's
It
very
is
common.
it is more common in women.
Yes.
And then I guess if you were a man, would you grow a beard to try to like cover it up, or would that just make it look worse?
I don't think that it will work because your hair grows in a certain direction, which if everything is just here, like, I don't know if your pores would really allow it to grow in a way that would disguise it.
Well, you would grow it long. So, you grow the initial part in, and you would just grow the rest
Have
long.
it hanging down over it. Yeah.
You would grow it long. Absolutely.
I don't know. How do they wear a bike helmet?
much
What do they
longer.
strap that shit down to? Like, it's like poop.
I
don't
think
know.
they staple
They staple it.
just
Yep.
staple it.
And then another thought that goes with it. I just kept going on them. Where does their food fall when they eat and they miss? Like, it's like can't fall onto your chin.
On the ground.
So the dog gets a lot of food.
Well, I feel like most of those people probably have large bellies, so it probably just falls on their abdomen.
Okay. So then what I
Well,
always
they're big
think of,
asses if they're.
how would it
I'll
fall
let
on
your ass, Juan.
Around.
Their head is turned around.
So he thinks it's like a Lego and he just turn it around. Like the head turns around. No, I always think of like Beaker from the Muppets. Like, whoop, no chin. He's one of those. Or like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. He's a no chin. Or basically a lot of the Simpsons characters are no chins.
Okay.
I'm really kind of liking these random thoughts from the Swan. So,
Are you? I got another one.
where
Like,
we got?
oh, what animal would they be? Like a chicken for sure. Definitely looks like a chicken.
So, quick question. Speaking of The Simpsons, Homer had hair, very little, right?
Yeah, like little
Yeah,
drawn
like-
on squiggles. Yeah.
Wisps.
Yeah. And the mom had hair.
Uh-huh.
However, the kids did not.
No, they have hair.
Yes.
It's drawn in like it's the shape of their heads.
Yeah,
It's
like
not-
they're
not
like
separate.
star shaped.
But it looks like their head. It doesn't look like
Right.
it's hair. I mean, the mom had blue hair. Homer had those black lines because I believe he was like bald on top. But the lines that they use for hair, it looked like he actually had hair. Where the kids, they have shapes.
Yeah, it just looks like their head, but it's their hair.
I don't think it's their hair.
You think
They
that
just think have
misshapen
triangle
heads?
shaped heads.
They just have misshapen heads.
I mean, we have the cone heads.
Maybe. No, I think it's their hair. I don't know. That's
It's their
interesting.
hair. I can prove.
Why doesn't it look like either of the parents' hair then?
I can prove to you why it's their hair.
Why doesn't it look like either of the parents' hair?
Because it's not their children. I don't know, but I can prove. I can prove it's their hair.
You can prove what?
I can prove it's their hair.
How can you prove that it's their hair?
Because there was an episode in the early years, and the show's been on for like 50 fucking years now, but there was an episode in the early years where they were trying to save money and they had to I think it was Bart go get his hair cut at Barber College, and it was all fucked up.
I do remember that episode, and I didn't even watch The Simpsons that much.
Part of your
Yeah.
it's part of your DNA now. It's been around for so long.
Hmm.
You've absorbed it from everybody else.
Hmm.
What's the rest of the random thought there?
Related to that, no, I got another one though. I was at the grocery store, and this person, I was, and I saw this lady. She had her mask completely down around her chin, covering her neck and nothing
Did you
else.
offer her any?
No, Ron, shut up. Rah, 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 rah. No, I can't hear you. But anyway, she had it around her neck, and I was like, oh, well, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and think that she has a tracheostomy, and she's just wearing it over her trach. I'm like, and in that case, maybe she should wear another one over her mouth and nose as well. So I'm going to start asking people if they have it around their neck, are you covering your tracheostomy? Because if not, you should pull your mask up over your mouth and nose. I thought that was pretty. Whatever. At least it made me laugh about
That's pretty cool.
not wearing a mask and not getting pissed off about it. I don't
Bandana
know.
mask
Back
for
to the
everybody.
chin. I'm pretty sure if I had that chin, I would go to see a plastic surgeon and get a chin implant for sure.
Absolutely.
I don't think I could do it, and I don't know. That might be being
I'll
vain,
do a chin
but I feel
implant.
like I need it. I would need it if I had that chin. I mean, I would just think if I wasn't medical, it would be a swallowing issue. Like if you didn't have that chin there,
That's
it might
what she
affect.
said.
Good job, Tromondae. Good job. Yeah.
Apparently, the Ronz is done poking sharp objects into his many orifices because now we can see him.
Oh boy.
No. So if you had to get a chin implant, how big would you get it? Would it match your ass?
I would just not have a no chin. Thank goodness I don't have to do that because I have a chin. But if I didn't, I would definitely get a chin implant.
Speaking of implants,
Uh-huh.
do you know what it means to park your Cadillac in the garage?
Yes.
What is
Yes.
let me ask the panel. We're going at a time. I will not say anyone is incorrect or correct. I'm going to start with the Ronz. Ronz, do you know what's your definition of parking your Cadillac in the garage? Don't take too long.
Ronz.
Well, there's the regular answer where you have a Cadillac
No,
and you have to park it in your dwelling. Or are you referring to a sexual act?
I'm asking you. I don't want.
Don't overthink it, Ron.
Don't
Just
overthink it,
tell
Ron.
us the answer.
I don't want just give me your answer. No, I'm not asking for the literal definition. I'm asking you, what does it mean to you to park your Cadillac in the garage?
I think it's a sexual act, in my opinion.
Which would be what sexual?
Whatever.
Okay, well, I'm going to move on. I'm going to let you think about. I'm going to let you think about it.
Move on.
I'm going to let you think about it. I'm going to move to Tromondae, the youngest member of the panel. Tromondae, what does it mean to you to park your Cadillac in the garage?
To park your Cadillac in the garage means to, I believe it's used more in like heterosexual terms, but to have anal penetration.
Okay, so Tromondae is moving into a small garage. His particular garage is built for a Yugo, and he's putting a Cadillac in there. I'm going to switch back and see if the Ronz has an answer. Ronz, do you have an answer? He went to ask his wife.
I would agree with. I did. No, I would actually agree with Tromondae, right? With not being so uptight. I thought it was an anal sex act, right?
Okay.
Because if you're gonna park it in the garage, because once you go brown, you wear a black hoodie.
Oh boy.
Okay, so
yeah, there's something lost in the translation here. I apologize.
Apologize. Okay, now I'm going to ask Swan. Swan, what does it mean? What do you believe, or what is your definition of parking the Cadillac in the garage?
I think that means where you get to rub your parts, or I'm just going to be the one who's disgusting and say that you're going to be titty fucking. Like
Wow,
going.
She just went really deep, didn't she? She went. My definition of.
Can you go deep on cleavage?
I'm going to ask you this question, Swan.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm going to ask each one of you. I'm going to ask the Swan last. I'm going to start with the distinguished Tromondae. Tromondae, why do you believe that? And there's not a right or wrong answer. This is your definition. What made you believe that was the definition? Why is that your definition of parking the Cadillac in the garage?
It's an old term that I used to hear like adults say when I was younger. That for being inappropriate.
What were you around?
So that was his.
What circles were you running in?
Oh God.
That was when his mommy and daddy wanted to have alone time.
This was code
Right.
with your parents?
Like mommy and daddy's like, hey, I need to go park the Cadillac in the garage later.
Right.
Because I feel like I don't think that came from Tromondae's parents. Maybe.
Where
Ooh.
else was he hearing it? He said, he's like, this is what I heard the adults. He said
Church.
specifically, this is what I heard the adults saying.
Hey,
Church.
gatherings. Turn up.
I'm going to park my Cadillac in your garage later. Okay, so I got that. Yeah, hands up. Yeah, hands up. You got it. Apparently.
Ron, is that how you jack off, Ron?
Ron, was it?
Ron's putting his thumb somewhere.
Yeah, so Ron, were you just agreeing with Tromondae, or is that what you believe that phrase is? Thumbs up
I believe that's what the phrase is.
Yeah.
That's what the phrase is, but how you hear it. I want to know who he was hanging around with at a young age to know that term that young so soon.
You just hear things as a kid.
Yeah, but I wanted to know what your answer was, Ronz. Why is it that you think that's what that phrase means to you?
Oh, I've seen enough adult content out there to know what that means.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will finally ask the Swan.
Because I can pull up my Pornhub browser and hear it.
Okay. What I asked specifically, though, was what does it mean to you? That's what I said. So that's where you went. That's where your mind went. Swan, why did your mind go in a different area?
Just to be different. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that's what that means. What does it mean to you? Or
What
to-
does it mean to me?
Yeah.
What you said. That's what that phrase means to me.
Hmm.
Same thing.
And Ron, if you're hearing that in the porn that you're watching, you must be watching like I feel like some dated porn.
Some 70s porn
Yeah.
with the
Well, I
big
mean-
old unshaven bush.
Well, and he said that means that he's watching all anal porn too, because that's what he said that's what it meant. So he's watching all butt porn, which we suspected because he talks about it all the time.
Butt plugs for
Well,
Ronz.
2021.
21. That's what his vice president said, and he's standing on that platform always, apparently.
Ass out.
Standing on my butt plugs.
Well, that's what that means to me.
I don't know. I have another random thought. Back to names. Like Chiquita sounds like a prostitute, not a banana. Don't you think?
How would you know what it sounds? How would you know what name sounds like a prostitute?
I mean, Chiquita, what do you think? That sounds like a prostitute name to me.
Sounds like a Latin
Or a
American name
stripper.
to me.
Stripper, maybe?
Where are you hanging around to meet these people?
Well, I'm not hanging around anywhere right now because
The
of
name of a
the
banana.
Rona. I got a banana and it said its name was Chiquita. But I don't really think its name is
Now you're-
Chiquita.
Talking to bananas?
I don't even know what you said, but I probably don't want to know.
So
I always thought Chiquita just meant like a little kid, like a little girl.
Chiquita? But no, I don't
I'm
think
pretty sure it did because I can remember as a kid hearing like the older Spanish ladies calling the kids Chiquita.
Chica, and you spelled it wrong. Chiquita, I think you're right.
I'm glad I didn't say what I was about to say.
No, what were you about to
especially-
say? Please go
No,
ahead.
the-
No, we want to hear it.
No, because I was thinking what I was going to say, and then you came in, and now that you've attached kids to it, I am not saying what I was thinking.
Okay.
I'm not going to be that guy. Look at the Ronz looking like
You're like, that's what Ronz's job is. That's the Ronz's job.
Ron was looking at me like, "Don't you take my platform? This is all I
No,
have.
no.
This is all I got."
No, take my platform today, please. I'm not much of a contribution today because of the connect.
Oh, don't be so
I
hard on
mean,
yourself.
what did you mean?
Don't be
That's
so hard on
what she said.
yourself.
Missed it.
Missed it.
So, yeah.
Oh my!
Hopefully, the internet for our next podcast will be a little bit more forgiving.
Ours is fine.
But yeah,
I like
yeah,
it.
you guys get to
I-
ramble on. Listen, I've
Now
got a
we're
lot
rambling.
of stuff to say, but by
Now
the
we're
time I
rambling.
say it, it's over.
All right.
My
Well, this
computer
has
is
been a thrilling conversation.
I think it was actually kind of fun.
It was kind of fun. Before I sign off, it's time to promote some things, Ron.
Oh, don't let him do it.
Well, I'm not going to. I was just saying it's time for to promote some
Be
things.
silent, Ronz. Be silent, Ronz.
First of all, let me promote our own podcast, the Slaptail Squad, and you can find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Slaptail Nation.
I knew he was gonna do that shit.
You can also
It's because she told
Shut
me not
up.
to.
Shh, quiet, Ronz.
go to our website, slaptailnation.com, where guaranteed, if you post a comment on there, the Rons will never get back to you.
I looked for the comments. I don't see any comments on that.
Nice job,
Where are the
administrator.
comments?
Tech savvy. It's very tech
That's
savvy.
it.
No, I don't see the comments on our website. On our Facebook page, I do, but not on our. I'll respond to the Facebook comments then, but I don't see one on our website.
Please donate to our boot campaign, Lace Up, Get Fit. There's only a few days left. Where we got 6 days left, Swan.
We have today was day 5. So
Yeah.
6 days.
If you can, $5 here, $6 there, anything to make me pass the Swan so that I can win, and that money can go to veterans organizations. And of course, check out Single Life. They are selling, of course, swimwear, but now they've also come out with a hoodie that I might have to get, which is the Whoopee hoodie. Yes.
It's a really cool looking jacket. They have some like neck gaiter things too if you want to wear them as masks. Those are pretty cool. Yeah.
Not a fan of the neck gaiter. Doesn't really protect you that much.
I like it as a headband.
Okay. Just here's, you can have the ones that I got.
Sweet.
Sweet. And of course, also, Carrie Scars and Stripes Coffee. Check that out. She donated to the campaign also. So check her out. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram also. Get some coffee, get some merch. Also supporting veteran entrepreneurs. And what else? I think that's it for me.
Shout out to Squeegee Snot.
No,
Thanks, guys,
fuck
for listening. We'll get back to you on your
Squeegee
email
Snot.
soon.
No, I'm
They
just
have
gonna go-
never even mentioned
just
you.
going
They don't
to-
even know. They don't even exist. They only exist in your mind.
Yeah, if you look them up on, you can't even find any information on them on the internet, Ronz. They don't even exist. What are you talking about?
Send me their information and I want to check them out, Ronz. But
Okay.
anyways.
And of course, support the Rons, folks, because they're closing the dojo for the next 3 weeks. And what's he going to do with himself? Probably not much. I would like to thank the members of the squad for joining me this evening. And yeah, I guess I will be posting this early tomorrow morning because, yeah, usually I post on Sunday. So I'm apologizing that it's going to be a day late. It won't happen again. Well, it might. You never know. And that's it for me. Adios. Muchos.
Thank you for you guys, by the way. Thanks for everything. Thanks for most of the podcast. And unfortunately, thank you for putting up with the BS that because my internet went down. I'm on my phone. So thank you.
Deuces.